Good morning, children. How are you all? Are you safe at home? Today, I have brought you a wonderful lesson. It's about direct to indirect speech. It is also called reported speech. We can call it by the name narration in English. This is very important for you because if you know the basic rules of this reported speech, that will enrich the power of your language. That will help you to report the words of a person into a third person's language, in a third person's words, as we read in newspapers. What we see there is reporting the words of others. So, how does it do? Some rules are there. All the news that we can't give in direct quotations, we sometimes report them in the form of a third person. So how does it happen? That is what we are going to learn in this lesson. And this is very important for your entire academic career, and even after that, when you go for competitive examinations, questions from reported or direct to indirect speeches you can expect. So now itself you lay the foundation for the direct to indirect speech. What I am going to do in this video lesson is I will give you the important basic rules of direct to indirect speech or reported speech. Let us go and study the basic rules of reported speech. Before we move in, I request you stay right till the end of the video, and if you don't have subscribed the channel, subscribe it and press the bell icon and give me a thumb also. Let's move. Reported speech. It is also called direct and indirect speech, or we call it narration. Look at the sentence. He said to her, I am your brother. This is the direct speech, and this is the indirect speech. He told her that he was her brother. He told her that he was her brother. Let us check what are the changes that appeared in the indirect speech from direct speech. Direct speech means we quote the words of the speaker as it is, without any change. In the person who speaks it, in the same manner, in the same wording, in the same order, we give it. It is known as the direct speech. Look at the first sentence. He said to her, I am your brother. So, I am your brother are the words spoken by he, his direct words. And in the second sentence, that is the indirect sentence, we reported it, like the newspaper reporter reporting the words of other people like ministers and CM and PM. Their job is to report what other people say somewhere. The second sentence is that reported sentence. It is called indirect speech. Look at the changes. He told her that he was her brother. In this sentence, we can see that it is not the direct words that is given in the quotation. I am your brother. And when we reported it, it was changed as he was her brother. As a third person, we are reporting the words of another. So that is direct to indirect speech. Now let us move on to look into what are the changes that appears in reported speech or direct to indirect speech. Look at this. He said to her, I am your brother. That's a direct speech. And he told her that he was her brother. That is the indirect speech. He said to her, I am your brother. This is the sentence. He said to her, I am your brother. So this part of this sentence is known as a reporting speech, and this is a reported speech. Don't forget, this is the grammatical way we identify both the parts of the sentence. This is a direct speech. The entire sentence we call it as direct speech, and the first part, he said to her, it is the reporting speech, and I am your brother, that is the reported speech. Now let us check a reporting speech. This is the subject, a reporting subject, and this is the object, that is a reporting object, and this is said to be the reporting verb. So the reporting verb plays an important role to the reported speech. What are the changes that we are going to give to the reported speech? It depends on the reporting verb. So we have to give importance to this reporting verb here. That is very important. Don't forget it. If you catch this rule, you can easily understand what is this direct to indirect speech or reported speech or narration in English. To know about this is very essential. Let us study another important rule here. In a direct speech to indirect speech, certain changes will appear. Look at the sentence, I am your brother. That is the reported speech. In reported speech, there are certain persons there. I is the subject and your brother is another person referred in the speech. So these direct persons are changed as according to the subject and object in the reporting speech, the first part. Look at this rule mentioned here. Through this, we can understand what is the change that appears there. If the reported speech subject is first person, if the reported speech subject is first person, we will change as according to the subject of the reporting speech. And if it is in second person, it will change as according to the object, which means this I will change as according to the subject, and this is the second person. Second person will change as according to the object. And if here comes a third person subject, it does not have any change. This is no change. This is the very important rule you have to remember about changing the person in the reported speech. If it is first person, as according to the subject, it will be changed. If it is second person, as according to the object, it will be changed. If the person is given in third person, no change will appear in the indirect speech. Is that clear? This table is very important for you to know what are the changes that appear with the persons in the reported speech. Look at this sentence. He said to her, I am your brother. And in the indirect speech, it comes as he told her that he was her brother. Now we are going to learn only about the persons and their changes in the indirect speech. What are the persons in the reported speech? This is the reported speech. What is given in the quotation, that is reported speech. So we have already learned that first person, second person and third person subjects. First person will change as according to the subject of the reporting part, and if the person is second, it will change as according to the object of the reporting speech, and if it is third person, no change. This is the rule that we have learned a little while earlier. As per this rule, let us check what are the changes appeared in here. I am your brother. So I is first person subject. I is first person subject. If first person comes in reported speech, it will change as according to the subject. So I will change as according to the subject he. Is that clear? So I is subjective cause, and what is the subjective cause of he that we have to find? I is subjective cause and its subjective cause is he. He is, we have to use here. He told her that I will change into he. Because I in first person subjective, the first person subjective will change as according to the subject of the reporting speech, that is he. So I and he are in subjective case. So we can directly use he there. He told her that he was her brother. So I is changed as he here, and here next person comes your. Your is second person. If it is second person, it will change as according to the object of the reporting verb. Look at the object here, her. So your is possessive adjective. Look at here, your. It is not you or yours. It is your brother. So your will change as according to her. Her is, she is different form. She is the subjective form, her is the objective form, and her is possessive form also. So your is possessive form. We have to use the same form in the indirect speech also. So her. Your will change as per the rule her brother. This is the change in persons when we convert a direct speech into indirect speech. So you write down this entire table. It will help you to find out how the changes in the persons appear with the reported speech. Now let us move on to the next reporting verb. How to affect it. If the reporting verb is present or in future, no change in tense will take place. Tense in one example we can write. He says to his mother, I am going to school. Look at this sentence. Here, the reporting verb, this is known as the reporting verb, says to. He says to his mother, I am going to school. If the reporting verb is in present tense, we need not change the tense of the reported speech. So how can we write the answer for this question? Look at here. We can write this as he tells his mother that he is going to school. He is going to school. Look at the changes here. Am going to school, is going to school. Both are in present tense. So that is what the first rule says about a reporting verb. If the reporting verb in present tense or future tense, or you can say that he will or he shall say his mother, like that, or he has said to his mother. Has said is also present perfect. So all the forms of present or future comes with this reporting verb. No change will come. No change will come in the reported speech. It will remain. No tense change will come with the reported speech. That is one of the important rule you have to remember. Okay, there is no change with present and future tense. Let us move. My teacher says to me, you can make the notes. So look at this sentence. Says to. This is a reporting verb, and this reporting verb is in present tense. If the reporting verb is in present tense, there will be no change. There will be no change for a reported speech. No change in tense for reported speech. There will be no change in tense for reported speech. Look at the answer here. My teacher tells me that I can make the notes. I can make the notes. Can make the notes is can make the notes. Only the persons changed here. This is you. You is second person. If it is second person, according to object, it will change. According to the object, it will change. And what is the change here for the teacher says to me? You is changed as according to the object. Object is me. So here you is subjective case. Subjective case is used there. So subjective case of me is I. I is the subjective case of me. So we use the word I can make the notes. Now let us check another changes in it. Reporting verb changes. Reporting verb changes. If the reporting verb is say, it will remain as say, no change will come. If it is says, no change will come, it remains says. If it is says to, then it will change as tells. And if it is said to, it will change as tell. Remember it. And use that after removing and inverted commas. You remove this and add the conjunction that. Add the conjunction that after removing comma and the quotation mark. That also you have to remember. Example, look at here. He said to the teacher, comma, this is quotation. So this part is known as the reporting speech. Reporting speech. And this part is a reported speech. We are talking about this reporting speech. If it is present tense, says to, it will change as tells. And after removing this comma and quotation mark, we add what? That. Is that clear? Okay. Now let us go to the next. Part 2. Reported speech. Now we come to the reported speech. For example, he said, Earth is circular in shape. Look at that. If the reported speech, this is known as the reported speech. Reported speech. And this is a reporting speech. A reporting speech. Why I am repeating is to make you understand it very clear. Don't misunderstand it. You must make it very clear that this part of the sentence is called a reporting speech and the next part is called a reported speech. Now we are going to check what are the changes appear in the reported speech. Look at here, reported speech. If it is a universal truth, a habit or fact or proverb, then no change in tense will appear with the reported speech. No change in 4 conditions. The conditions are if it is a universal truth, if it is a habit, if it is some fact, or if it is some proverb. No change. Whether the reporting verb is in present, future, or in past, it doesn't affect the reported speech. It will remain as it is. Look at this one. We can change this sentence into reported speech. He said that we included removing comma and this quotation marks. He said that Earth is circular in shape. So this is a fact. So no change will come Even though it is in past tense, no change will come here in the reported speech. Earth is circular in shape. Earth is circular in shape. Go to the next examples. The old man said to his neighbor, the old man said to his neighbor, barking dogs seldom bites. Barking dogs seldom bites. This is the reported speech. So this is direct speech, and the next one is indirect. Come to the reported speech or the indirect speech. The old man told his neighbor that barking dogs seldom bites. What is given here is written in the same way. Barking dogs seldom bites. No change. Because it is a proverbial saying. When we use proverbial saying or some facts or some universal truth, no change in tense will appear with the reported speech. I remember it. Now solve this question. Teacher said to the class, the sun rises in the east. I am waiting for your answer. Okay. Look at the reported speech here. The sun rises in the east. It is a universal truth. It is a universal truth or a fact. So we can say that teacher said to means told the class that as it is a universal truth, no change will come with it. The sun rises in the east. This is the rule. Is it clear? Whether the reporting verb is in present or past, it doesn't affect with the reported speech tense. The reported speech will remain as it is without any change in tense, because it presents a universal truth. Sometimes it is a fact, sometimes it is a habit. In such situations, no change will appear. Go to the next one. Solve this one. Mother said, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Look, mother said that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. This is no change because it is a fact, it is a scientific fact, a truth. When we heat water up to 100 degrees Celsius, it begins to boil. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So that is a fact. Now, a reporting verb in past form. Tense should be changed. You must remember it. If the reporting verb is in past tense, tense should be changed. Tense should be changed. Past tense means said or said to. These two situations. If it is said, it will remain as said. If it is said to, it will change into told. Remember that. If it is said to, it will change to told. If it is simply said, it will remain as said in the indirect speech also. Take for example, I will tell you one example here. He said to her, the dog is going out Okay, we can complete the dog is going out. So here is said it to. So said it to means told. He told her, told her that the dog is going changed into was going. The dog was going out. The dog was going out. He told her that the dog was going out. Go to the next one. So let us check the changes in it.